Today's another episode of On Cue, and today I'm on cue with Djay. Drum roll.
I'm super excited to be here.
I'm happy you're here.
Yeah, trust me. Like, this is my first time here, and it feels good. I love the
It does, doesn't it?
Big shouts to 3 Music.
You're such a cutie. I love his smile.
Thank you.
You're such a fine young man.
Thank
How
you
do you handle pressure from female fans? Because sometimes they can come really hard at you.
Yeah, so for me, I try to play safe, you understand? Because if you go to the extreme, you are going to have problems, So yeah, you pull up with some kind of vibe. I'm a big fan type kind of vibe, and then I play on that same level with you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I try to keep it safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keeping it safe. Now let's talk about that. In keeping it safe, you know there are people who find their life partners on social media.
Yeah.
So if you are keeping it safe, right? And your destiny is to find
someone.
On social. How is that going to play out?
Your destiny is your destiny, and I don't believe it's going to change. You understand? Even if you are keeping it safe, she'll still be vibing, and then
she'll be pushing.
Yeah, you get me.
Are you the type that goes to ask a girl out? Because some fine boys can be some way, They wouldn't come and ask you out. They'll never ask you out because they feel like, oh, I'm fine. If a girl likes me, she's going to ask me out.
So I make sure I'm 100% sure about my feelings for you.
Okay.
Before I even open my mouth to say something.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know you're sure? That's the thing, right? Because you never know.
Okay, so I give myself some time. And see if it's just for some period of time or it's actually true,
Okay.
Feelings, yeah.
Okay, well, someone with vision. Someone with vision. Now, talking about vision, let's talk about before you lurched into music, before you started music, right? With your first release and everything back in 2018, what was the vision for your career? What dream did you have for the entirety of your career?
So for me, when I started, I was just having a good time. I just wanted to try something. And the truth of the matter is my mates pushed me to record. Because they were like, you are good, why are you not recording? You need to do something. So on vacation, I went to the studio, I recorded my first song, and I was fortunate enough, like I dropped it and then it went viral. And the drop self, be like putting it on digital. No, I just sent it to like few friends on WhatsApp. That was the release. I was just like having a good time, Yeah, so I just did that. And
was that the bono?
That was the bono, and then it just went viral like that. So it was that moment I felt like, okay, now I need to give myself a direction because people love what I'm doing, so I need to give myself a direction. And right now, if you're asking me what the vision is for me to be a global superstar. Like, I need to save the world with my music.
And you have that in you with everything. You have that in you. And I think you're on the right path to becoming that global artist. I mean, would applaud you, would support you, would watch you, grow and blow to the extent that you need to. So let's talk about rethinking decisions. Being that you didn't exactly set out on the path to becoming an artiste, right? If your friends hadn't pushed you, you wouldn't have gotten to this point that you are at now. So what have you had to do in relation to rethinking your music and, if this is the right thing for you to do? Have you been at that point that you have to rethink your career?
No, not even once. Like, when things started picking for me, I just felt like this is my purpose on earth. You understand? Because it's funny how we didn't know about ourselves and where we came from. And then we just pull up on earth and you have something to do, like you have something doing, especially like you didn't even plan it like myself. I didn't plan to be an artist. Now I find myself doing music. It means this is my purpose on earth. This is what I'm supposed to do. You understand? Yeah, so I'm just going with the flow.
Nice. You were getting on some depth tangent with all of that you mentioned earlier. I'm like, okay. With sacrifices, right? School and music, the two are heavyweights. You can't, focus on one so much and leave the other, else the other is going to suffer, definitely. what is the greatest sacrifice that you've had to do when it comes to school and music?
So it's like really difficult. I remember I was in Nigeria when we had like exams, you know.
Is it your recent trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had papers, you know, but then for me, I feel like, like you need to pick one and then do it. You understand? With the schooling, I believe I need to finish the university and I'm going to do it. You understand? But honestly, like my mom keeps saying, when you're going, man, you're
the government.
When you're going, like, you know. So it was like up to me to finally like sit down and really decide what should go first. Now I have the audience, and that's music. It's time and season. If you have it, you need to feed your people with what they want so you can keep growing your fan base.
Right.
You understand? I'm still in school though. You get me? So, like I said earlier on, I'm going with the flow.
Okay. You know? You're not making any sacrifices, or you've not made any greater sacrifices yet?
No.
No, none?
None.
So what decision did you then take when you were in Nigeria and you had to write papers?
Oh yeah, that was a sacrifice. Like I just had to like forget and then be like, okay, I have receipts, you know. Yeah,
I
can
get
always
it.
Go and
you can always go back to write your papers. Okay, so you chose music over that's also stating consciously or unconsciously where your passion truly lies. I like that you said you want to finish school and everything. Yeah. Because you find that, you know, some people are able to juggle both, some people are not. So let's bring it to school. You're a superstar in school, obviously. Do these lecturers and your mates treat you differently? I mean, don't you even think that you can just call up your lecturer and say, "Sir, please, can you give me that leeway so that I'm able to write my papers?"
Funny enough, I don't have that kind of relationship with my lecturers, but my mates.
Why?
You know, I have that kind of like relationship with my mates. Sometimes I don't know if I should say this on camera, but sometimes they will just call me, Charlie. We get assignment. Okay, do on. Okay, sharp. I go online and then assignment submitted. You feel me? They've already submitted everything. So I have people who love me and then they understand my situation. So they try to help me, you know, so we all finish together.
You don't come off to me as an expressive person, right? I see you as very into yourself, right? How has music helped you express your feelings?
Okay, so let's start with how I create music.
Right.
So for me, I sit down and then I try to connect with myself, my inner man, because music is spiritual, you understand?
It is.
And we need to treat it as such. I don't just sit down and then I go with like, let me just write anything. I try to connect with myself and then I bring it out. Then I bring what I have inside out there. So I think that's like something I can really express my feelings. Like I can put my feelings on the beat, you understand, and then put it out there, you know. So that's how I really express
your feelings.
My feelings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still on the fact that you are soft-spoken and you come across as reserved, how is a pre-performance ritual for you like? Because there must be that one thing that will get you to, you know, switch it up from your soft-spoken, reserved self to, you know, the energetic person we see on stage. So I just want to know what a pre-performance ritual for you is like.
So it's really funny. Like when I get to the like I'm backstage, and then they give me the mic. As soon as I hold the mic, I'm like, I'm here for the people. You know, I can't go on stage and be like, you know, like what's up, you know. So I just pull up with some kind of energy. And then I give the people, you know, the vibes. You get me? Yeah, so you need to switch. When it comes to stage, you need to switch
up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, with that said, in giving people the energy, right, I can make reference to two situations with KiDi at UCC when he had to walk off stage because of the sound. And then also with Black Sherif at Tidal Rave when he had to walk off because of sound. When you have that type of energy backstage, when you have your mic and ready to go on and you get on stage and that thing happens,
face something like that.
what would you do if you were in those two situations, given those two scenarios, what would you do?
So I don't know if it was last year or this year. I went to perform at Fadama, and then something similar happened to me. And I wanted to do it. You know, I was still on stage for some minutes. And then, like, my manager got pissed. Like, he was like, why is this thing happening? Then he gave me some signal, like, let's go, let's go. Like, we'll go. Like, he doesn't understand. Because it makes you look like you don't know what you're about.
Exactly.
You know, and everyone is waiting for you. You are just standing on stage, like, you don't know what to do. So, the right thing for you to do is, like, try and talk to the people, okay, or maybe some other time or something. Because it's not working and it's obvious.
Then walk off.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to perform without...
You can't perform without the mic and the sound.
Okay. You know why I'm asking you this? Why? Because you referred to vibing with the people and having some sort of energy. So to me, I'm like, if you have that type of energy and you go onto the stage, you should deliver, right? Regardless of whether there's a sound or not. You should be able to at least, you know, push yourself to the point where the fans are there. They're looking forward to seeing you perform, right? So just perform your biggest or your best song and move. Okay,
you can sing and then they sing along, but it gets to a point they need to hear the music.
Okay.
You know?
So that's your ginger.
Yeah, you get me?
Okay.
So it gets to a point they need to hear the music, and that's when everything becomes like, oh, you don't know what you're about or something.
Right.
Because from KiDi's video, I realized he was trying to, you know, be on stage and then try to connect or vibe with the people. And then he did that. He was still waiting for the sound. DJ, let's go. And
DJ's not going.
DJ's not going. So he needs to leave. You get me?
Yeah. I did mention your biggest song at this point should be Balance It, right?
Yeah, right.
Take us through the transition for you. You know, I mean, you have a lot of very good songs, right? And then Balance It comes and it's getting to where you want it to get to, right? How was the transition for you? You know, having to be that person that probably will walk past and then nobody will see you. How has it been for you dealing with and handling fame?
Should I call it fame? Oh, okay, yeah.
It is fame.
I
mean, now you can't just up and walk on the streets, can you?
I can't. I don't blue like that.
You know blue like that. So
but yeah, I'm big, yeah, trust me, because I went to Nigeria and it was crazy. But for me, I don't honestly, like, I don't even go out like that. So I don't experience like people rushing to me and things like that, you know. Yeah. But if I should go somewhere and then people are walking out to me, I mean, you need to be nice, you need to be, you know, vibing with everyone. Yeah. So.
Talking about recognition, you've had really good collaborations. You've had Malcolm Nuna, Black Sherif, there's been KiDi, and then Mr. Eazi. Which of these collabs would you say gave you the most recognition and why? Why would you say that? Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot to choose. Choose
most
that one. Yeah.
So let me explain the one with Sherif.
Okay. Please do, because I want to know.
Because it puts me all out there. You know, the fans were really like waiting for us to do something together. You know, yeah. So when we finally linked up and we dropped the sound, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, you guys did it for us." So we were able to like show the world what we've got. You know, yeah. So it worked for both of us. But right now, I'll say the biggest is Eazi, the one with Eazi,
because of his personality.
Yeah, and Eazi has been like my inspiration from day one.
Okay.
So it felt like a dream come true. You know, my mates back in SHS, they were hitting me up and like, hey, so finally you blew, like, finally it happened.
I mean, you're on that path, right? You're on that path, so it's only right. And I think it only gets better from here, right? Yeah, because then you're going to get more big artists, and then once you're putting in the work, you're going to definitely attract some goodness and grace, right, over your work. Do you believe in the power of prayer?
Of course, 100%. 100%. Even before I release my song, like, I invite the Lord's Spirit
onto the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know, when God created man, he had to give us his breath or something like that.
Or something like that. He literally said or something like that.
Right?
Yeah.
For us to become like a living human, for you to become a living human. So I'm like, God, this is the body. I need your spirit on this song. So when people hear it, they can connect with everything I'm saying. Like, they need to get the message in there. You understand? On some spiritual level, you get me? So I do believe in prayers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Back to collaborations. Which of your collaborations gave you the coldest feet? I mean, you're going in to do the collaboration, going in to put in the work, right? But you feel the coldest feet. You're not sure about, you know, the collaboration. You're not sure about the song. You're not sure about your verse or that person's verse.
I mean, with all the collaborations, I feel like, oh, it's a good song. Everyone knew it, but maybe this is not the right time for us to drop this particular song. But for some reasons, we had to drop it.
Right.
You know, and that was Yawa remix.
Okay.
The one with KiDi.
Okay.
It's a nice song, but I felt like maybe this is not the right time. But for some reasons, you know, we had to drop the song and see how it goes. And it went well. I mean, but not to my expectation, but it did well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about expectations, right? What are your expectations for this remix with Mr. Eazi?
It needs to be a global bang. Like, I need to hear
because
it
the original is just like,
you get me? Like, I should go to Kenya and everyone is singing the song everywhere, like every corner of the world, you get me? Yeah, the song needs to go just everywhere, you know? Yeah. And looking at how it's picking up, it will go.
It's going. It will
it's
go.
Going.
I mean, it's going. And in the few days of its release, I see that it's pushing almost 23,000 views at this moment, which is really, really good, right? Now, with the blowing of your songs, let's talk about TikTok. Because we can't leave TikTok out of the conversation when it comes to you, and especially with your song, Balance It. And Balance It as well is your biggest song so far, right? What did you do differently via TikTok and with promotions that, you know, pushed the song to the level it did?
With promotions, like, there's no formula to how, like, you need to promote a song. For me, I think if you have an idea, you should try and kill it. Like, do it. You understand? And then we felt like we need to do a challenge to the song. You know, we need to find a way people can connect with the sound. So we came up with a dance challenge, and then it went really well. But we started with something and didn't go well, you know? But then, like I said, it's a 360 kind of promo. You do this, if it doesn't work, you need to switch and do something else. You understand? Right now, you go on TikTok, we are doing Flip the Bottle challenge with the Balance It, the remix, you know?
Because the bottle has to balance, doesn't it?
Yeah, if for balance. So, yeah, we started that, and I realized, like, people were, like, joining and stuff. But for me, I don't feel that's going to sustain the song, like, so we need to come up with something different else. So right now we are still thinking of what we should do. You know,
Okay, but I mean, I believe in giving things time to grow, right? Because sometimes it takes time for it to catch up, especially with remixes. You know what happens when people already love originals? It's not as easy for us to.
Exactly.
I did something there. It's not as easy for us to accept a remix, right? As we've accepted the original
sound.
You
need to
that,
give
right?
it time. Yeah, you need to give it time. But you need to do what you have to do in your power to push the song, and then you leave the rest to God. I mean, do everything in your power to push the song, and that's what we are doing.
And I believe it will get to the point that it needs to get to, and even beyond, it will blow your mind and your expectation. Because if you did it alone, I mean, you have an artist as big as Mr. Eazi on it, so
it's going to do well.
It will do so well. If you have to feature Mr. Eazi on another song of yours, which song would it be?
Another song of mine. The song is not out yet. You know,
you have another feature with him?
I've got a song I want him to be on it.
Right,
you know? I feel like he's going to do justice to the song. I feel like he's going to, like, he will really connect with the sound. You know, so let's see how it goes. And I'll be dropping my EP. Maybe I'll put it on the EP.
You put that on it, okay. I'm waiting to listen to that. You did mention that you've looked up to Mr. Eazi for a long time. Was that what informed your decision to be signed onto Empower?
No. You know, one thing I believe in is, like, if you really have faith in something or you believe in something, like that be how the world they work. It will connect to you.
Right.
You know,
the law of attraction.
Yeah, you get me. Yeah. So one time I just went online and then I saw a test from Eazi. Yeah, he was like, nice. I've heard your song, it's fire, you know.
And how was the feeling for you like?
It took me like 5 minutes to reply. I didn't know if I should send a voice note or send a text or I was confused. You know, but we linked up. The energy was so real, like natural. You get me? Like it was meant to be. Let me put it that way. You get me? Yeah. And he was like, "Are you sure you want me for this remix? I just love the song, but do you really want me, or you want like some Omale or something?" I was like, "Baba, I need you on this song." You know, so it can be like a testimony, especially to my mates. You know, the people who like knew me when everything started,
right?
And how much I loved Eazi, you know. So he recorded his verse, fire, and we had to drop it, you know.
Okay. Yeah. So I noticed one thing. You have a YouTube channel, right? Now with this remix that you have, it's been put on the Empower YouTube channel, right? Don't you have any second thoughts when it comes to doing these things? I'm asking because we've seen these things happen a lot. Where
so when you go to my channel, you realize you see the video there, the recent one, you still see it there. You know, it's still on my page.
It's still on there and it's on the Empower, which is good. Then that means the
I'm still growing my audience there
on YouTube.
It's not on hold. My YouTube is not on hold. Great. And I'll be dropping like viral content on my YouTube to keep it active.
Great.
You know,
Great. That means that, you know, it's not a strict thing that you guys are going by, but you're going to work together really well, which is a good thing. Yeah. And I must say that you're on that path. I mean, I've already said it earlier in this, but I feel like you have that oomph that is going to, you know, help you blow outside of the country. Sure. Let's talk about Nigeria. How much did that blow your mind? I mean, you know that Nigerians have used your song on TikTok. TikTok has introduced the sound to them, but was that how much you were expecting the reception to be?
So when we got to Nigeria at the airport, some old guy was playing my song, like balancing. Yeah. And then my manager asked him, like, "Do you know who sang this song?" He said, "Davido."
Right.
That's what he said. He said Davido.
But didn't that burst your bubble to an extent?
No. I was like, oh, it's fine. It's cool if he thinks it's Davido. The song is a big song, and that's what really matters. Okay. Now I'm here to sell my face. They need to know it's me and not Davido.
Right.
You know, so we were able to go to some radio stations to push, like, me as a person, you know. Yeah.
Which I like, because I mean the song shouldn't be bigger than you, right? They should be able to know the song and also know the artist as much as possible. So that's a good thing. I mean, I love this for you. You're going to be amazing. You're going to do great. You're going to do great. All right, so I'm wrapping up the interview now. We are done. We are done with it.
Okay.
But yeah, share with us your socials. I mean, for those who do not know.
It's only Djay Djay on all social media platforms. And the digital platforms, D, then space, Jay. You know, Audio Mark, everywhere. Apple Music, everywhere. Boomplay, Go stream my songs. Peace.
Find them on all socials, guys. And this is how we wrap up On Cue on today's episode. We are done. Bye-bye. Peace out.